As Action News Jack's Robert Grant mentioned a couple minutes ago, Fucci's first-degree murder charge holds a mandatory minimum of 40 years in prison with a maximum of life in prison.
So now we go into the sentencing phase, and for more on that, we have Action News Jack's law and safety expert Dale Carson with us now. Decades of experience in law and also former FBI agent, former police officer. Let's talk about today. Why do you think Fucci decided to plead guilty on the first day of what would have been jury selection?
Well, of course, the evidence was strong against him. And as a result, you have to determine as a defense attorney whether or not it's prudent to go to trial. Because, of course, when you go to trial, all the information is going to be exposed about your behavior, your activity. And that information given to the 6 jurors that would have been used in this particular case would be awful damning. And so the result here is that they made a critical decision, which was to plead guilty to the court. They couldn't plead in a negotiated sentence because it's clearly a life sentence from the prosecutor's perspective. So what happens here now is that in several months, he will go through the process of a sentencing hearing where both sides, both the defense and the prosecution, will present evidence to the court, and the court will make a decision as to how many years he will spend in custody. But today, he's actually pled guilty, and the court has determined that he is guilty, and all that remains is the sentencing phase.
Well, you mentioned, so in court today, you heard Fucci with a brief apology. What was your take on that?
Well, that's critical. He has to demonstrate that there's some remorse. Apparently, he has not shown that in the past. So as a result, he is now seen as someone who has accepted his own responsibility, and that allows the court to be more lenient if the court chooses to be. But of course, this is a very horrendous crime. The victim suffered in this case, and that's part of one of the heinous and atrocious aspects to elevate it to a more serious first-degree murder crime. And so he was likely to receive the maximum penalty, but there is a narrow window where he could receive only 40 years. If he receives 40 years, though, he doesn't get the 20 or 25-year intervention by the state, which determines whether or not he should be kept in custody.
All right, Dale, we appreciate your perspective, and I know as we go into the actual sentencing, we'll be checking in with you for more of your insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.